Wow, don't those look awesome? Let's see how we cook them up. Let's get them crispy. Okay, so it's very simple. I got some potatoes here, a Mandalorian. I will put a review up on this. I like it, but you know, it's a 4-star. There's some problems. You see my potatoes? A little fat, you know, but it'll work. So what we need to do, and I messed this up. I watched his video, everybody, about 20 times. And I still have a problem doing how he did this. So you grab your microwave plate from out of there, and it's supposed to look like this, your parchment paper, okay, to go perfectly around. Well, let's see if I can do it. It took me like 20 minutes. You're supposed to fold it in eighths like a paper airplane. And I'm a little slow with that because I forgot how to make a paper airplane. Yeah, I think this is how I did it. I'm not too sure, everybody. So, all right. Okay. I'm making a really bad paper airplane, everybody. But you're supposed to fold it like this. I got it last time, so let's see if I can get it this time. And one more fold should do it, I would think. You see? I used to be such a good airplane maker back in my day. Then, what you're supposed to do is you take the tip and you go from here to here. Oh yeah, that clears it. I might have done it, everybody, for the second time. So then what you do is you take your scissors and you cut it. You know, just like that. Okay, so now it should fit just right here. So let's open it up. My God, I did it again. And it fits right there. Me. So, what Chef John in his recipe, and I tweaked it my way. You just crinkle up the paper, sorry about that, and flatten it out. And we're gonna be working in batches with this, okay? So since we got that done and we got our extra sheet, we're gonna put that over here, and let's get the potatoes ready. This is garbage, so we could put it over there. And what I'm gonna have to do, so I'm gonna have to take my knife and I'm gonna have to shave off a little bit of the potato to make sure that it's gonna fit in here okay. I'm gonna have to shave off just a tad more. And I could always make that. Oh yeah, now that fits. So with this, what I did is I put this at about 1.3. Okay? Get yourself cold water, because what you got to do is you got to get the starch out of here. And then we're just going to hold this down. What I like about this, everybody, is that you're not going to cut your hand. You just go straight down, back and forth like that. You just put pressure on your potato to bring her down. And you just keep on going. Okay. And then has a little tray back here with your potatoes. So these are going to be my potato chips. They're a little thicker, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring that back down to a 1 now. A potato chip doesn't have to be perfectly round and everything else like that. You know this is homemade. So look at that potato. What you're doing to make these work in the microwave is that you're trying to get the starch out. So you're going to do this a little bit. And then once the water gets that starchy look, you're going to then drain it and redo it. So let's see, can we even, what would these come out to be? That could be a long potato chip, you know? Let's just slice that right down like that. Okay. Yeah, well, Don't want to go to the emergency room. I've done that plenty of times as a cook. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we can do it that way. Let's see how this one comes out. There we go. So we saved that potato. So let's see about this one. Oh, yeah, she's a little fatty. We got some potatoes for our mashed potatoes that we're going to be doing for our meal tonight. And I'll be putting that video up. And that's going to be my meatloaf with mashed potatoes. Let's see. Oh, no. We missed her. Yeah, so let's just take a little bit off right here. This is the bad thing about this. Oh, that worked. And again, this is the second time I made a mistake, and that is I wasn't paying attention and the recorder didn't work. So I'm doing my first voiceover, everybody. Let's just see how this works out. But like I said before in the other video, you gotta soak these and soak them again, okay? Because you're getting the starch off of them. Chef John said this is one of the most important parts of getting these crispy in the microwave. This is the secret. Getting them as much starch out of them as possible in the cold water and drying them, because that's what's going to make the secret to make your crispy chips. There's one other point of this that you really have to pay attention, and I'll show you that coming up here. But spread them out on paper towels, on kitchen towels, and get them all out. Now, these were just 2 potatoes, and if you look at it, that's a lot of potato chips, and we're going to make them up. But they are crispy, they are delicious, and it's surprised us. You know, my wife just loved them. So, this is what we're going to do, and we're going to get them nice and dry. Really focus on that. Chef John, you know, is one of the biggest contributors to all recipe. He's got foodwishes.com. Everything will be in the description in the bottom for you. And this is going to be, he's an excellent resource. It's really helped out. And like I said, I go a little different than the way he shows it on his video, but it still works. I mean, his way is perfectly perfect. It's just, I like doing it a little bit different. And that's just the type of person I am. And this is an excellent little snack. You could do this. It's a little more time consuming for a snack, but this is something you can do out for, let's say you're having a football party or just summertime burger or something like that, just to have something different. And right here, I don't really use the microwave for cooking for a lot of stuff. I do my bacon in there, I warm up food, I do microwave popcorn, and I make potato chips. There might be some more stuff out there, but we'll see. But this is what I do. So you see, if you notice what I'm doing right here, I'm really trying to get all of that water off of it. And this is very important. Spend a little time doing this, everybody, and you'll be very surprised. Sorry about my voice a little bit, everybody. I got a different mic because I'm doing it this way. And the other thing about it is that I caught a little cold. What I'm explaining right there, the difference between Chef John with Food Wishes and me, is he says to take and brush oil, and that is your canola oil, on the parchment paper. I don't do that. I like the butter flavor oil spray, and I do that. So this is where we differ. You can do that, okay? But I like to do it this way. I put a lot on that. You don't have to do it that much. Give it a nice little coating, okay? Because your potato's going to cook on that in the microwave. Now, by the recipe, what you're supposed to do, you're going to do this in batches. That's a lot of potatoes right there. Is that you're going to go around and you're going to fill that up. And what I do is I look, because I cut one at a 1.3 and one at a 1. So the thinner, the quicker, the thicker, the longer in your microwave. And I am going to put as many as on there as possible that are close enough to each other so they kind of come and finish at the same time.
So what I'm doing is just doing it that way. Now, I have two different seasonings right here, and I got these seasonings from microwave popcorn or popcorn. You can get those in your any grocery. And I have the cheddar, and I have the um, sour cream and onion. And what I'm going to be doing right now is that I'm going to sit there and I'm going to make up three different flavors. And I have my rack out there too. And that's where you take them out of your microwave and you put them on your rack. Okay? So now you're supposed to, and I made a mistake here, you're supposed to brush oil on top of the potato chips. Okay? So I'm going to go grab the potato chips again and bring them back. See? And I'm going to put some spray on them. And I'm just lightly doing that. That's going to be the microwave cooking the top of the potatoes. And when you put these oil or spray on the bottom. So I'm just going over it. I'm putting a lot on. I should put a little bit less. Give it a nice spray. But if you notice, that's how much I put on it. Now, you're going to put it in, and Chef John kept on talking about how much time. Okay? How much time? How much time? So he had an 800-watt microwave, and he gave all the times for that. But I have 1100-watt, and that means you've got to watch that. It might be half or three-quarters of the time of what he listed in the recipe. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get that all taken care of, and we're going to see what this looks like. So I'm just going to get these all put together, and this is it for my voiceover, the first time ever. And let's see what these are looking like.
What you're trying to do is you're trying to get the potato chip to start looking like this golden brown. Okay, if it stays in a little bit longer than that, it's going to burn. You see, just like that. So you put them out here. So you're looking for this golden brown, and then you let them crisp up. Now, you put a little seasoning. So I have the sour cream and onion. So I'm going to put a little bit of that on these. And that is that. Also, when you do this, this plate's going to get really hot. So when that gets really hot, make sure you have your pot holders. Now, hold your ears. Okay, I'm going to go with the next sheet. Now, you brush a little oil on it or you spray. So I'm just going to spray, hit them real lightly. Just like that. If you are all done drying, you could pre-spray them if you want to, so you could just plop them on and do it. But I always have two pieces of paper. This is going to be a little loud until we figure out where the tray sits. There we go. We're going to put this in for 3 minutes because the plate is hot. I didn't put as much oil, spray oil on it. And I'm going to get these all taken care of over here. Pay real close attention to your microwave. It goes by the thickness of the cut, and it also goes by how strong your microwave. You know, like a pre-even oven is always better, so this is going to do a lot of that too. You could still use this, okay, for your next batch. But right now, these are starting to crisp up because they've been sitting here. I took these out a little bit earlier, so let's just try. That's been sitting there for a minute. Yep. Good sour cream flavor. Let's try one that's a little darker like this one. On both sides. That is one crispy potato chip. That is so delicious. Sorry. So, that's really good. Huh. All right, let's double check our potatoes over here. I want to see how these look. The next one's going to be the white cheddar. But the salt and pepper is some of the best stuff ever. So good for you, you know. So it's just basically microwave potato chips, everybody. Okay, so I put that in for about 3 minutes. And if you can see this, they're starting to curl up a little bit and change. So now we flip them, okay? I didn't put as much in there, cooking spray, and now they're starting, you could start seeing where they're drying out a little bit, and that's very good. That means we're gonna get a nice crispy potato chip. Let's get this back in. He says, Chef John, where I got this from Food Wishes, to really pay attention to this part because you could burn them so fast. So let's just get this down. Sorry for the noise, everybody. Come on, there we go. I think that's it. Is it on? All right, I'm gonna give it 3.5 minutes and keep an eye on it. We're gonna try to get the chips looking like this on both sides, but just look at that, that is crispy now. This, look at all the way through. That is just gorgeous. Put these in little baggies, and then, or we just have them out like this when I cook them, and then the wife just walks back and forth doing stuff and just grabs a handful, and before you know it, they're all gone. So we're gonna get the next batch done. While that is going real quick, we're just gonna fill this up. I think we're gonna have enough for 2 more. Microwave. Let's see here. We're gonna get these all done. And it goes by how thick, so it should be a little bit thinner. These are gonna be really crispy. Let's just spray this down. The extra spray will coat in the bottom, and that's ready to go on the next tray when this is done. Let's take a look real quick. I put them in a little bit longer, and it's okay if you notice that they're turning brown to take them out, and if they don't crisp, to put them back on and put them back in for a minute or so longer. So you always have that opportunity to crisp them still back up. As it stands right now, I did put it in for a little bit longer, and it's just about ready to beep. And let's just take a look at this and pull that with 1 second. Almost, they're getting light brown like this, everybody. But there's still some soft areas, and it's still a little, so I'm gonna leave this in and put it for a little bit longer, and then we're gonna see how this goes. This is where you really gotta pay attention, everybody, or you will burn them. So don't walk away too long. Keep an eye on them really close. Okay. It's good to take out and see where they are at. And these, to me, on the edge are okay. Not that one. These are getting close. The ones in the inside usually take longer right in here. So what I'm looking for to see how close are we and what we could pull off and then put back in for a little bit longer. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna season these up. Let's get these like those other ones. We'll be back. All right, we put them in a little bit more. Oh yeah, these are getting nicer, more golden brown and crispy. So these are the ones that I want to pull off. There's a few that are just off a little bit still in my eyes. Like this one. This one's okay. This one's a little soft. So let's do this one. Yeah, we can go just like that. We're gonna put these 2 back in just for a tad longer, for another 30 seconds. Let's get some seasoning on this. Now with the seasoning, everybody, less is more. You know, you want the taste, the potato, and then the seasoning to come up. So this is the white cheddar for what you would do for popcorn. The next batch right here and the last batch is all going to be SBGO, salt, pepper, garlic, onion. It makes a wonderful potato chip. All right, that's it. Got to clean up the mess, but here's our potato chips. And we got some puffy ones that if you look at it, this is with the SBGO, the salt, pepper, garlic is the best. And just listen, let's just hear. Thanks, Chef John, foodwishes.com. He's a really big contributor on all recipes. He made this up, we love it, and we do it a little bit different than what he does, but that's how you do it. You get these ideas for a recipe, and then you start tweaking it to your way and you start paying attention. But I got a bunch of potato chips that I got to bag out for the wife so then she could have a snack. More healthy, better, delicious. Thanks for coming into the kitchen and seeing something so simple like this that you can find on the internet. And we made it our own. Thanks again to Chef John out there. He's a great, you really want to, he's got some excellent recipes. Like, subscribe, thumbs up, do all that other stuff, notify. Until we do another recipe, and it's going to be very shortly. Thanks for coming into my kitchen. This has been Cooking with John. That's me. And we'll see you next time.